Hello, I'm Hugh Coakley from the Guildford Dragon News, and today we're talking to Ben Darnton from Ben's Collectors Records about town centre issues and retail in the town in general. Hello Ben, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Absolute pleasure, Hugh.
Tell us about, you've been trading in Guildford for over 30 years. Tell us about your shop.
Right, okay. I opened in November '93, Hugh, in the 5 Tons Gate here. Before that, I was manager of the Collectors Records down in by the bus station opposite where the old Angel Sun and Grey shop used to be. And I was there from '84 to '91. I had a quick kind of 18 months out of Guildford, my shop at Farnham, which I kept on for 12 years. I had the two together, but when we started a family, it was too much. So I've just been here for all that time.
Okay. So you're a bit of a local history buff, aren't you?
Yes.
You must have seen some huge changes to the town centre and the shopping centre here.
Yes.
The shopping scene here over the years. Tell us about the changes that you think has affected Guildford most and the look of Guildford.
Okay, I think the major thing that has affected Guildford, especially in the last 20, 30 years since I've been, working for myself here, has been the amount of traffic that's trying to get through the place. And I think Guildford, with the town bridge getting weakened and then eventually just being pedestrianised, I think the car has definitely won the battle for most of those years, and we're perhaps now trying to claw it back with the pedestrianisation of Tunsgate here. And today, sunny day, people are having a coffee or something to eat outside. It's very nice,
What do you think were the most surprising changes? Things that you didn't expect?
Yeah, cool. That's a tough one, really. I think things. I don't know, we shouldn't be surprised that Debenhams is going to close, should we? And Marks and Spencer's profits are 10% down today, but it's still sad, isn't it? I don't know, really, a surprise, Hugh, really. I don't know, really. I'm just surprised maybe how the parking charges have eaten into... They've given them a decision, and they've made a decision, and they're not coming into town as much as they were. Is your journey really necessary? That's what they're thinking, which is probably what the council want them to think.
Do you think online is something that is really affecting?
Yeah, I think initially, definitely online. Before that, it was, I think, the outer town, when Sainsbury's at Burpham opened, I think a lot of people stopped shopping in town centre here. And when Ladymead opened, I think that drew quite a few people out initially as a novelty. And wow, it's free to park. But now I think the all-winner is online. And I think maybe if the government could perhaps even up the playing field by lowering our overheads and by perhaps putting the taxes up for online selling, it might even the playing field a bit.
I mean, Guildford is a thriving town centre. It does better than most towns.
Yeah, definitely.
In the southeast.
Yeah.
But many other shopping centres are suffering, and Guildford has to keep up to date.
Yes.
What do you think we need to do to keep Guildford town centre thriving?
Thriving. We certainly need to fill all the shops, and a year on, it's very disappointing, Hugh, that the Tunsgate Quarter, for all the disruption and mess and noise it caused, although it's looking nice, is still only partially occupied. So we need to get these empty shops in, as we thought about it, thinking about it, a lot of shops that close, they get replaced quick as well. But I think some of these long-term empty ones, we need to do that. I think maybe perhaps change the rules where these companies like the Old Orleans pub down by the Odeon Cinema, that there is land banking or something it's called, that's the term, isn't it, where they have this asset and they just sit on it, and we have to walk past a desolate looking place or a vacant pub or something for years. I think the government should or the council, or both, should put pressure on these companies to actually get off their nest egg and actually do something positive to bring people. Another attraction. We need more attractions to bring people into town here.
So it's attractions?
Yes, I think so, yeah. It's not just shops these days. It's experience, like walking into the wonderful castle grounds, having an Italian alfresco meal outside Positano, having a coffee on the veranda of the Ivy restaurant. People are into that, and if we can have nice shops as well to embellish and enhance that experience, that's a good thing. But when the shops are seen empty, it's no good.
I mean, we see chain stores closing in the town, and the footfall is consistently falling. Compared to the previous years.
Yes.
But shop vacancies statistics from Experience Guildford are indicating that if anything, vacancy rates there are fewer empty shops than before. So, is it independent shops that are keeping it going?
I think independents are. We have had, I don't want to be a moaning Minnie all the time, but the independent shops have had a reduction in their business rates from central government. It was well publicised when I had my struggle with my shop. Records are heavy. People couldn't park and unload, and I was down £1,000 a week while the Tunsgate works were going on, and they were late running by 6 months. We didn't get compensation, but I'd like to think perhaps the noise I made about it made a difference, and my business rates have gone down about a third, which is good. So I think we need things like that to keep independent people like myself and entrepreneurs interested in opening a shop, because it's just too easy to open online. But then again, I think there's so much competition online, Hugh. I think that maybe a town centre, having a shop in a place like Guildford's a good proposition. Yeah.
The town centre, people are surprised to hear that there are 145 independents in the town centre.
That's 100 more than I thought, I'll be honest with you.
Even yourself. So people often say there's 20, 30, but there's 145.
Yes.
Against the high rents and the high business rates.
Yes.
What is keeping the independent traders so optimistic and so resilient?
We're a hardy bunch. A lot of people I know, I've got friends who have had very well paid jobs with, big companies, banking, oil, Vodafone, that kind of thing, and they've just given up that life and standing on the train to London 5 days a week for 50 weeks of the year, and they've given up and opened a coffee shop or opened a hobby shop of some sort. And I think independents, they really are vital for Guildford. So many people, I've had 3 people tell me today. One chap, I hadn't seen him in 20 years, come up from Salisbury. He's on his way to Red Hill. He said, the only reason I've come to Guildford is to come and see you, Ben. So I really think people, if you actually think about it, you can go to a chain shop in any town, can't you? But an independent shop, they're all different, And I used to have 2 shops, but when the overheads and family life became too high and too busy, I sold my other shop on. I got a few thousand for it, and I opened here. But,
so what are the? So it's because they're a niche and they attract people. Other reasons.
Well, they're different, aren't they? I think if you've certainly got the owner manager, if he or she's in there, I think they look you in the eye. They make that extra effort. If there's a problem, they're there to sort it out. I think you have things like Google reviews where you're very open to criticism. I've had 2 or 3 stinging ones, not for being rude, but not having good enough stock, and I've tried to address that. That was when I had the building works going. It's hurtful. So I'm proud, Hugh. I want to do my best.
Okay, last question. Apart from your own shop, what's your favourite place in Guildford?
Right, my favourite, you know what I'm going to say, my favourite place to go and relax just for 20 minutes once a week, my wife is glad to hear, is Growlers and Cans, the Real Ale Tap Room in Chertsey Street. I think that is a good idea. Guildford has lots of lovely pubs and bars and restaurants, and I visit them as often as I can, but in there, people like myself, I'm always made welcome. It's a reasonable price, lovely ambience, and I wish them all the good luck in the world.
Ben Darnton, thank you very much for talking to the Guildford Dragon.
Thank you.